Good morning. Okay, I know it's early, but usually at least one person says good morning back, so I'm going to try it again. Good morning. There we go. There we go. That's convocation energy, not library energy. We're excited to see someone graduate today, right? Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. My name is Sean Ferfaro, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences and Ontario Agricultural College Convocation ceremony this morning. Before we tell you about the ceremony proceedings, I just want to take a moment to help you identify your nearest exit so that you're prepared in the unlikely event that we need to evacuate the building for any reason. For those of you in the bleachers, it's quite simple. You would process back up to the track level and make your way down to this door, which will take you directly outside. For those of you on this half of the floor, if we need to evacuate, your exit point is in the back corner. There is a door right there that takes you into a hallway. In the back corner of that hallway is a staircase that takes you to the same door up here at street level. For those of you on this side, you have a couple of options. 2 doors at the back, 1 door at the front. All of those will take you to the same entrance that you came in this morning, all right? In the event we need to evacuate, all of our exits are signified with the green runner symbol above, and our ushers will help direct you to the correct exit. Now, back to convocation. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduands, and we take great pride in our convocation ceremony. In order to allow full attention on convocation, we would ask that you please silence all cell phones and electronic devices, pretty much anything that could make noise during the ceremony. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for convocation. Please share your photos, memories, and advice with our graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Convocation is a time for celebration. It's an opportunity for us all to come together as a community to honor the success and achievements of all of our graduates. They've worked incredibly hard to get here today. Nobody knows how hard they've worked more than the people in this room, right? And it's great that we get to share this experience with them. And shared really is the key word here. We're all here together sharing a collective moment. It's a moment each of you will remember forever and each of our graduates will never forget. So with that said, let's all work together to help to create a positive atmosphere that both respects and celebrates all of our graduates on this momentous occasion. No pressure. Now, before the graduates enter the hall for this momentous occasion, we thought it would be good to help you learn a little bit more about what a University of Guelph Convocation ceremony is all about, so we've prepared this video. Convocation is a momentous occasion and steeped in rich history. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. The gowns for baccalaureate and magisteriate degrees are black, with the hood color differing to represent each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have bright blue gowns, while the honorary degree recipients have red. The University of Guelph crest represents our institution's specific history. The stallion above represents our connection to the Royal City of Guelph, the book to the liberal arts, the astrolabe to the sciences, and the cornucopia, our connection to abundance and agriculture. The motto for the crest, Rerum cognoscere causis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. Now to the ceremony itself. The procession of people into the hall is also influenced by ancient tradition. The graduands will be the first to enter, heralding the start of the ceremony. The graduands will be followed by the arrival of the mace, which will lead the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the chancellor, the president, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. The ceremony will be organized by college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present scholars by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be captured, and there will be a simultaneous live webcast of the event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. Each student will pause at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your cumulative applause until after each group of graduands has crossed the stage. We assure you there will be an opportunity for truly thunderous applause before the ceremony ends. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers are cheered, the Chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. We would ask that you please remain standing during the recessional until the platform party has processed out of the hall, and then remain at your seat for a brief closing announcement about the reception that follows and instructions on a phased dismissal. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph. Please stand as you're able for the arrival of the graduating class.
Ani, we give thanks to the Creator. We acknowledge the world around us and understand our place within it. We acknowledge and offer our respect to the many nations that walked this land in the past, the many nations that walk it today, and welcome you to the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Anishinaabe. Sacred trust, we are the keepers of this land. She shelters and sustains us. Long after the flesh fails the spirit, we will care for this land. Our drums will be heard upon the wind, our voices in the rustle of the leaf. Our people have a sacred trust for the land, a trust no man may break, a trust that death cannot sever. We were here when you first stepped foot upon this land, and here we will remain long after the last step has disturbed your soil.
As an institution committed to learning, research, and to improving life, we are on a journey of transformative acts towards reconciliation. We acknowledge our role in strengthening relationships with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples, and in upholding our responsibilities as both treaty partners and citizens. We know there's much work to do here and across Canada, and we are dedicated to taking these next steps together towards a brighter future. We would ask you to please remain standing as you're able and join Sage Cunliffe in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Good morning. My name is Rabbi Rafi Steiner. I run Chabad of Guelph, a Jewish organization serving the students, faculty, and staff on campus, and I'm a member of the Multi-Faith Resource Team, and it's a pleasure to deliver today's invocation. There's a story of a little old lady who sold pretzels on the street corner for 50 cents each. Every day, a young lawyer would exit his office building at lunch, and as he passed her pretzel stand, he'd leave 2 quarters. But he never took a pretzel. This went on for nearly 5 years. Even though they never spoke, every day he'd leave 50 cents, they'd make eye contact, and she would nod her head as he walked away without a pretzel. Finally, one day, as the lawyer passed her stand and laid down his 2 quarters, the pretzel woman spoke to him. She said, "Sir, I appreciate your business. You're my best customer, but you must know the price of pretzels has gone up to 75 cents. That was a joke, ladies and gentlemen. But the deeper point is obvious. For 5 years, someone showed up faithfully, consistently, and generously, and she experienced it only as a transaction, never as something to truly notice or appreciate. And that's something very human. Over the years, you've filled notebooks, written papers, studied for exams, and learned from professors, friends, and mentors, and experiences both inside and outside of the classroom. But education was never meant to end with information. The real purpose of learning is action. Knowledge only becomes meaningful when it shapes the way we live, the way we treat people, and the contributions we make to the world around us. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, often emphasized that every person is placed exactly where they are for a purpose, and that each of us has the responsibility to use our unique abilities to bring more goodness, kindness, and light into the world. The Rebbe taught that the question is not simply whether we were successful, but whether we use the opportunities entrusted to us to serve something greater than ourselves. And perhaps that becomes the defining question of life. 70 or 80 years from now, when you look back on your journey, I don't believe the question you'll ask yourselves is how many awards did I win or how impressive was my resume. The deeper question will be, what did I do with the opportunities I was given? Did I use my education only to build a career or also to build people? Did I make life easier for someone else? Did I bring integrity into my work, compassion into my relationships, and purpose into my community? Did I leave the world better than I found it? Every person here has been blessed with opportunities that come with enormous privilege and responsibility. You have talents, ideas, energy, and the ability to influence countless lives in ways you may never fully realize. So as you leave this chapter and begin the next, don't measure success only by what you achieve for yourself. Measure it by the impact you have on others and by how fully you use the gifts and opportunities you've been given. And may you one day look back with pride and gratitude, able to say, I was given opportunities and I used them well. Mazel tov, graduates. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Marianne Chambers, and I have the pleasure of serving as Chancellor of this very special university. With me on stage are representatives of the University of Guelph's senior leadership team, staff and faculty, alumni and members of the university's Board of Governors and Senate, all of whom are here to proudly celebrate what our graduates have achieved. I am truly grateful for their dedication to the personal and professional development and success of our students. I'm also immensely grateful to members of our extended university community who provide advice, mentorship, opportunities for co-op placements and experiential learning, and all who provide financial support in the form of scholarships, bursaries, and other awards, and invest in resources and physical spaces that enhance the student experience. It seems like not very long ago that I stood at this podium to formally admit many of today's graduates to the University of Guelph. The faces I saw then seemed a lot younger and a bit unsure, perhaps even anxious. Today, you look excited, confident, and ready to take on the next chapters of your lives. I'm reminded of one of the songs that British singer Susan Boyle recorded. Here are some of the lyrics of Who I Was Born to Be. When I was a child, I could see the wind in the trees, and I heard a song in the breeze. It was there singing out my name. I have known the taste of defeat, and I've finally grown to believe it will all come around again. Though I may not know the answers, I can finally say I am free. And if the questions led me here, then I am who I was born to be. So here am I, open arms and ready to stand. I've got the world in my hands, and it feels like it's my turn to fly. I am who I was born to be. I am who I was born to be. Graduates, regardless of the program of study you chose to pursue, it is actually who you are as human beings and how you live your lives that will have the greatest impact on the quality of life we each get to enjoy. I ask that you never lose your appetite for exploring and learning, whether in formal settings or in your day-to-day interactions with others. There are many challenges that will continue to need our thoughtful attention, like climate change and food insecurity, global health, and geopolitical instability. Addressing challenges such as these is critical to the survival and sustainability of our planet. Artificial intelligence is also for real, and it calls upon us to value the accuracy of information and how we use data, as well as the importance of ethical approaches to decision-making. So yes, there are challenges all around us, but in each of you, I see reasons to be hopeful. I see the opportunity for you to define the kind of life that will be most meaningful for you. And I hope you have a sense of what is possible. I hope you are feeling like you are who you were born to be. I want you to aspire to greatness. Most of all, I want you to make your lives matter, because the world really needs you to do so. The world should be a better place because you have lived. Today, we're celebrating much of what we have in common, like our understanding of the importance of dreaming big and working hard to make those big dreams a reality, and the importance of believing in ourselves while supporting others during difficult times, cheering each other on with every little taste of success, not taking our sense of community or the pride that we share as Canadians for granted, and recognizing that we are much stronger when we're able to rely on each other. As you embrace the joy and satisfaction of these moments and look with optimism and courage towards the future, I wish you continued success. And I ask you to remember those who have cared so much about you and have often made significant sacrifices to enable you to dream big. So if you're able to do so, now would be a good time to stand, look around you and behind you, and applaud all who have helped you to get to this point. I also know from conversations I've had with students that some have had to work hard under difficult personal circumstances to achieve their dreams. I admire and applaud the strength, resilience, and determination that you have all demonstrated. Life is truly a journey, so as we celebrate you today, it is my hope that you will continue to invest in yourselves and your future. Your can-do growth mindset got you here, and it will take you further. I believe that you will be rewarded for your efforts and your wise choices in ways that you might not yet be able to predict. Today, you are becoming alumni, forever cherished members of the University of Guelph community. Remember why you chose to pursue a university education. I would like to believe you did so not only to improve yourselves and your prospects for the future, but also to improve life for others. I have another wish for you that I will convey through one verse of the lyrics of a song by American country singer and songwriter Lee Ann Womack. It's not a new song, but I think its message is timeless and one that you might want to take with you on your life's journey. The song's title is I Hope You Dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance, never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. Remain close to the University of Guelph, and if at all possible, please do whatever you can to help to ensure the success of students who will follow you. This will always be your alma mater. You can be very proud of that. Your university is certainly very proud of you. I wish you the best always.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor. Yeah, I must admit, graduation day takes me back a long time, but I do remember it was good memories that day, so I hope you have good memories on this day. My name's Dr. Keith Warriner. I'm a professor in the Department of Food Science, and I'm going to face the Chancellor. Upon the recommendation of the Senate, the University of Guelph, I have the honour to present Paul Moyer, the candidate for degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. A visionary, entrepreneur, a dedicated community leader, and a passionate advocate for innovation, agriculture, and food safety. Paul Moyer's contribution had profound impact on the University of Guelph and the Canadian economy and global public health. Paul was raised on a 9th-generation fruit farm in the Niagara Peninsula. Paul started Moyer's Apple products and now exports across North America and has become a global leader in the caramel apples, and I can vouch they're very good. His commercialization of novel technologies has innovative food safety, evidenced by the support of the University of Guelph research that helped catalyze the development of the clean flow process, a process which makes food safer and lasts longer. The decontamination of technology originally developed for foods was actually pivoted to during the pandemic and adapted to decontaminate N95 masks and other personal protective equipment. Paul is founding members of the Farmers Market Ontario, advancing agri-food interests and supporting local producers A well-respected community advocate, his bridges science, business and community service a unique and inspiring way. He also continues his 25-year membership of the St. Lawrence Market Organisation, is frequently invited as a guest speaker at Business and Technology Conference. He continues to promote the Niagara region, support local charities, and connect with the next generation of farmers. I now ask you, Madam Chancellor, to confer Paul Moyer the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, it is my very real pleasure to admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Catherine Preuss. I'm a professor here in the Department of Chemistry. Madam Chancellor, upon the recommendation of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I have the honor to present to you Laurie Jones, recipient of the Medal of Merit. The Medal of Merit is awarded to a professor who has retired from the University of Guelph, who has made outstanding contributions to teaching, the functioning of the university, or other areas which have resulted in substantial improvement to the academic life and character of the university. Madam Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present this year's recipient of the Medal of Merit, Laurie Jones. Dr. Jones has made transformative contributions to teaching, academic leadership, and service at the University of Guelph in chemistry education during her 36 years here. Dr. Jones introduced evidence-based innovations such as flipped classrooms, adaptive online homework, and virtual laboratory models to significantly enhance student engagement and success in foundation science. As she coordinated Chem 1040 and Chem 1050, courses that collectively serve 3,000 to 4,000 students annually, these efforts have had a widespread impact on U of G students for over 2 decades. Dr. Jones also supported student success by managing the Chemistry Learning Center, a space where first-year students can go to get their questions answered by graduate students, and hosted her own office hours there so that she would be accessible to students. Outside of the classroom, Dr. Jones demonstrated a profound commitment to the University of Guelph through services. As chair of the Chemistry Undergraduate Curriculum Committee, she guided program revisions and fostered interdisciplinary collaboration for more than a decade. She also served on other key governance bodies such as the BSc Program Committee, Academic Review Subcommittee, and Senate Honor and Awards Committee. In working with students, Dr. Jones provided personal mentorship, guidance, and encouragement. She showed a unique ability to connect with learners of all backgrounds and abilities and received awards recognizing her skills. This was also evident in her willingness to volunteer her time connecting with prospective and current students through recruitment events and annual house calls program where the staff and faculty visit first-year students to see how they are adjusting to university life. For her outstanding contributions to improving academic life and character at the University of Guelph, I ask you, Madam Chancellor, to confer upon Dr. Jones the Medal of Merit.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kate Shoveler, and I'm a professor in the Department of Animal Biosciences. Today, I'm here to present Megan Black the Walter Vaughan Award. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you Megan Black, the recipient of the Walter Vaughan Medal. Named for a former Secretary of Senate, the Walter Vaughan Medal recognizes a student senator who has achieved high academic standing and who has made a substantial contribution to the student life and to the university, particularly through involvement in and commitment to Senate activities. Madam Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you this year's recipient of the Walter Vaughan Medal, Megan Black. A student senator for 3 consecutive academic years, Megan's sustained high-impact contributions to Senate governance have made her one of the most effective students in the role. As a graduate student representative on the Senate caucus for the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences, where she pursued a PhD in chemistry, she demonstrated thoughtful, principled leadership. Her commitment to graduate student advocacy balanced institutional policy with individual student circumstances. This work resulted in strengthening definitions and procedures related to harassment. Megan also led the advancement of critical funding, payroll, and housing issues impacting graduate students. In each of these endeavors, she possessed professionalism informed by empathy and sound judgment, making her a trusted, knowledgeable, and supportive resource for her peers. In addition to her leadership and service, Megan has maintained an outstanding academic record, excelling in her graduates' coursework and demonstrated exceptional research productivity, including 6 publications. What distinguishes Megan is not only the breadth of her contributions, but the integrity with which she approaches them. She exemplifies consistency and reliability in high-pressure situations. She is willing to engage with complex institutional challenges, consistently prepared for respectful participation in difficult discussions to improve the student experience. Megan does not simply participate in governance, she strengthens it. This level of advocacy, where student leadership contributes directly to institutional awareness and response, is precisely what the Walter Vaughan Medal is intended to recognize, and why Megan makes such a deserving recipient.
Dr. Paul Moyer to deliver the convocation address.
Thank you very much. I would like to acknowledge the graduating class today. It is your hard work that got you here. It is your future endeavors that will carry on the great name of this establishment, just as those before you have created the reputation of this great university. I am so very pleased to also be graduating with you all today. Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, I would like to thank you, the nominators, and the adjudicating committee for this great honor. I'm going to be quoting some lines here from Mr. Rogers, which I heard the other day and I thought it was so very appropriate. So many people have helped me come to this day. Some of you are here, some of you are far away, and some are even in heaven. All of us have special ones who have loved us into being. Would you just all take, along with me, 10 seconds to think of those people who have helped you become who you are today, those who have cared for you and wanted what was best for you in life. Please take 10 seconds of silence. I'll watch the time. Whomever you have been thinking about, how pleased they must be to know the difference that you feel, that they feel, that you have made in their lives. A special thanks to my family. I would not be standing here without you. In my own reflection of this, it brings me to a story, a true story from 50 years ago, almost to the day, June 12th, 1976. I was 10 years old. It was 5 a.m., like many other 5 a.m.s in the morning, and my father and I pulled up to the market in downtown Toronto. In fact, it was the St. Lawrence Farmers Market, and we parked on the corner of Jarvis and King Street, as we always did. We went to the back of the old white Dodge truck, which we were driving to the market, and we rolled up the back door. The smell of warm strawberries hit me like a wall. The trickle of strawberry juice dripped off the tailgate. "Dad," I said, "doesn't that smell amazing?" He looked at me and said, "Son, that smells like headaches. We have 10 hours to sell this load of strawberries, and it looks like rain." He paused and continued, and he said, "There are two kinds of problems in life, good problems and bad problems. Hot strawberries that are leaking onto the street is a bad problem." Well, we sold all of those pallets of strawberries in the streets of Toronto on June of 1976. And I was pleased, and my father was certainly even more pleased. He handed me the tackle box full of money that we made at the end of the day, and certainly there was a lot of quarters in that box. I immediately started to complain. I said, "Oh, Dad, this box is so heavy." He looked at me and said, "Son, that's a good problem." We are always going to face problems. Learn to recognize the difference between a good problem and a bad problem. In 2015, there was a listeria outbreak in the caramel apple industry. Not our caramel apples that we were making on our farm, but that didn't matter. The caramel apple industry was through. This was a bad problem. I came to the University of Guelph looking for answers. The Ontario Ministry of Agriculture and Food put me in touch with Dr. Warner. He had a partial solution for our problem. We worked hard together for years looking for that solution to come to being. And little by little, it came. Not in a single flash, but over time. through tenacity, grit, and dare I say, being brave. 4 years later, I took those caramel apples that we worked on here at the University of Guelph and sat at the head office of Kroger, the largest retailer in North America. I sat in the lobby of that major chain for 2 days with my samples. Near the end of the second day, a well-dressed man came up to me in a suit and said, "You've been sitting in the same place for 2 days. Who are you here to see?" I said, "I don't know, but I can tell you one thing. I have the best, safest, longest-lasting caramel apples in the country." It turns out that that man in the suit happened to be the CEO of Kroger. 30 minutes later, he had me sitting down in front of the buyers at Kroger, and we signed a deal to sell our apples nationwide, across in the biggest grocery chain in North America. Was that hard? Not really. I was just being tenacious and brave. As you leave here today, I want you to remember 2 things. You will always face problems. Learn to recognize the difference between a good problem and a bad problem. Secondly, be tenacious and be brave. As you move on to your next chapter, be tenacious and brave. If you do that, there will be nothing that will stop your future success. Congratulations to you, the class of 2026, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Moyer, for those inspiring words. My name is Joanne O'Meara. I am the Associate Dean Academic for the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences. And graduates, now is the moment you have all been waiting for. Will the graduating class please rise? Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph, that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, it gives me great pleasure to admit you to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will members of the graduating class please be seated?
Good morning. My name is Stacy Scott, and I am the inaugural Dean of the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences, or COMPAS for short. To all of our COMPAS graduates, congratulations. You've earned this moment. Today, we celebrate your accomplishments, your perseverance, and the many years of hard work, curiosity, and determination that brought you here. Through your studies, you have developed the knowledge, skills, and habits of mind that are at the heart of scientific and technological progress. You have learned to ask difficult questions, think critically, analyze evidence, and solve complex problems. From advancing health and energy and sustainability to strengthening cybersecurity, creating or applying artificial intelligence, and expanding scientific knowledge. The work of our discipline touches nearly every aspect of modern life. Together, these fields drive discovery, fuel innovation, and help address complex challenges facing today's society. You also hold a special place in the history of the university. When you began your studies, you were students in the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences. Today, you graduate as members of one of the first classes of the new College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences. The creation of Compass reflects the university's commitment to advancing core science and technology education and research, and to preparing future generations of innovators, researchers, and leaders. As some of our earliest graduates, you are helping to establish the identity, the reputation, legacy of this new college. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Compass, congratulations. We are immensely proud of you. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences, and that they may be presented their various and several degrees.
Graduating from the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences with the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Arash Fatahi. Mukaila Abiodun Ibrahim. Bryn Knight. Elnaz Rabi'i Najad. Adam Riddell. Gabriel Hart Slater Eddy. Please join me in congratulating all of our doctoral graduates from the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences. Moving on to our magisteriate degrees, graduating with the degree Master of Data Science, Karanveer Verdi. Graduating with the degree Master of Science, Noah Betker. Jamie Dawson. Luke Nelson Kamika. Peter Unjung Kim. Jane MacDonald. Luke G. May. Annalise Nicholas. Hannah Oreskovich. Shi Nan Pu. Thomas Seeger. Please join me in congratulating all of our magisteriate graduates from the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Arts Honors, Devin Faith. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Computing Honors Program, Pratik with distinction. Shreya. Sharam Afshar with distinction. Mariam Aiden Ahmed with distinction. Muhammad Ali with distinction. Tristan Allen. Nabhan Anwar with distinction. Fatima Asif. Ayomide Awofisayo. Marco Leon Bantolino with distinction. Marcus Borden. Sukmin Brar with distinction. Nathan Bromersma with distinction. Alexander Bush with distinction. Eric Buys with distinction. Colin Campbell with distinction. Hamid Kasamali with distinction. Lester Chavez with distinction. Tia Yunfat Jeffrey Ronan Che Lung with distinction. Ryan Dahl. Brennan Aiden De Silva with distinction. Sean Michael Luke Davies. Zoe DeBile with distinction. Nay Desai with distinction. Izehinamen Emanuela Abobo. Michael Fish with distinction. Eric Fode with distinction. Joshua Fonseca with distinction. Jordan Fulaka with distinction. Madison Gara with distinction. Cooper Gidge with distinction. Noah Laszlo Emmanuel Guta with distinction. Joel Harder with distinction. Pranay Raju Harpalani Dubey with distinction. Benjamin Halinga with distinction. Hisham Isa. Justin Francis Jekyll with distinction. Michael Edward Janeway with distinction. Ali Riyad Jawad. Jushan Judge with distinction. Kabir Kalia with distinction. Vedant Nilesh Kanabar with distinction. Ahmad Mahmood Kindo with distinction. Lauren Kardosh with distinction. Yahya Khaled with distinction. Aisha Khan with distinction. Hamza Kandwala. Jonathan Kosovar with distinction. Manu Connor with distinction. Jyotir Krishnan with distinction. Marko Kuzmanovic with distinction. Ladijenka Miran Alexandrovich with distinction. Ishan Lakotia. Elijah Tristan Lewis with distinction. Guang Li Lin with distinction. James Liu. Evan James Armstrong Long with distinction. K.G. Liu with distinction. Kaylee Elizabeth McDonnell. Gariel Elio Mahwatsu with distinction. Dylan Maimaidi with distinction. Adib Malik. Paul Jules Mention with distinction. Peter Mangialardi with distinction. Thomas Martin with distinction. Ronak Martis with distinction. Yoel Alam Matios with distinction. Jonas Matulis with distinction. Jacob McKenna. Sebastian Mojejas with distinction. Grayson Mongru with distinction. Connor Morgan with distinction. Vince Moschella with distinction. Adina Mubashir with distinction. Ryan Van Wyn with distinction. Hasib Niazi. Dhruvesh Nihalani with distinction. Chibuzor Okusiuno. Arvind Palakal with distinction. Justin Paricio with distinction. Dia Parmar with distinction. Manil Rajendra Kumar Patel with distinction. Pooja Patel with distinction. Shrina Patel with distinction. Nicholas John Patterson. Haroon Pelvi. Theoren Peters. Michelle Pham with distinction. Matthew Polischuk with distinction. Uzair Nasser Rafi with distinction. Garian Elio Rahadi with distinction. Daniela Ramirez with distinction. Anna Raymond with distinction. Monet Reyes Azami. Saniti Salibindla. Maya Saltzman with distinction. Maximus Samuel with distinction. Puneet Sander with distinction. Charles Saunders with distinction. Mark Schmid with distinction. Benjamin Sengupta with distinction. Filza Abbas Shah. Shah Mir Shahid with distinction. Ashmit Sharma. Shifa Omer Sheikh. Claire Grace Shepard with distinction. Timur Sheramet. Dania Siddiqui with distinction. Prabjot Singh Sidhu with distinction. Nuno Simoes with distinction. Isaiah Sinclair with distinction. Sulakshan Sivakumaran with distinction. Jaskirat Sohal with distinction. Gunteshwar Pratap Soin. Madhav Sondi. Jason Stakowski. Nathan Starkman with distinction. Thushin Subaskodi with distinction. Kirasan Suthanthiraswaran with distinction. Mansoor Syed with distinction. Simonas Temkevichus with distinction. Sierra Thompson with distinction. Cameron Van Wyck with distinction. Julian Velacci with distinction. Nicholas Vertentis with distinction. Shiv Vias. Daniel Elliott Wong with distinction. Matthew Wax with distinction. Lucas Weber with distinction. Silas Wright. Yingqi Shu with distinction. Myrna Youssef with distinction. Adam Zelensky with distinction. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Computing, General Program. Arvin Barami. Hamza Irshad with distinction. Shangdong Li with distinction. Jingke Liang. Gabriel Pies with distinction. Jaden Paris with distinction. Arkan Qureshi. Telma Kinyoy Tonto. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Mathematics, Honors Program. Cameron Bechtold with distinction. Emma Carlucci with distinction. Megan Coburn. Marco Holowatsky with distinction. Alexa Kepchia. Lily McChesney Knight with distinction. Jackson William Mitchell with distinction. Aaron Pierce with distinction. Lauren Stanley with distinction. Julie Taylor. Tony Tran. Leah Rose Varghese with distinction. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Science, Honors Program. Leanne Al-Ani. Michael Albanese. Paulo Joaquin Fernandez Arana with distinction. Peter Arfo with distinction. Mary Ayofeolua Babatunde. Mason Backhouse with distinction. Serena Bengert. Isaiah Mark Bennett. Ellen Boyle with distinction. Karen Ruby Del Brogy with distinction. Wei Yao Kao. Sophia Loretta Kozlovi with distinction. Faith Cattell with distinction. Sage Eleanor Caniff with distinction. Nev Desjardins. Sophia Danbeer. Cecilia Anna DeCleach. Minya Jurichin. Julian Fantine with distinction. Caitlin Florek. Ria Gandhi. Sean Geddes with distinction. Anna Guterres with distinction. Kaylee Hearn. Veronica Hughes. Megan Humphrey with distinction. Tai Huynh. Osayuki Colin Ibie. Matthew Philip Jackson with distinction. Syed Mohammad Hussein Jaffrey. Olaf Marcus Jansen. Keturah Kelman. Dante Elijah Kelly with distinction. Eric Kirshner. Mete Kobaner. Anthony Lamb with distinction. Nicholas Francis Late with distinction. Victoria Suzanne Levy. Sage Locking with distinction. Olivia Lowe. Abigail Macmillan. Ben Macbeth with distinction. Aaron Malachi McKenzie. Isaac Mercier with distinction. Matthew Moon with distinction. Kyle Newson. Daniel Ethan Nixon. Devin Overland. Joseph Scott Owen with distinction. Heather Ross. Justine Rousel with distinction. Mary Kyla Sumpung. Melissa Sardone. Ji Hyung So. Mallory Jean Steinberg. Zach Stoneman. Anna Grace Tavner. Thomas Tote. Lily Tran. Samantha Mackenzie Trelle. Alina Sherhart with distinction. Elizabeth Maria van der Vesthuizen. Tyler Warwick with distinction. Jada Widmeyer with distinction. Nathan Malcolm Wong with distinction. Please join me in congratulating all of our baccalaureate graduates from the College of Computational, Mathematical, and Physical Sciences.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is John Cranfield. I have the pleasure of serving as the Dean of the Ontario Agricultural College, or OAC as we call it, and I'm thrilled to stand before our graduates and offer my heartfelt congratulations. I'm going to go off script, which is sometimes risky, but it's important to me to recognize that today we will honor and recognize the first cohort of our Bachelor of Indigenous Environmental Science and Practice students who will graduate this morning. I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations to them. And to all of our graduates, we celebrate not just your achievements, but the way you achieved them. You came to OAC in a moment when the world was still finding its footing after COVID. That uncertainty wasn't abstract for you. It was personal. It shaped how you learned, connected, and developed your own sense of belonging here. And build it you did, slowly, deliberately, and with determination. You showed up when showing up wasn't easy. You pushed through when the path forward was not clear. You brought the kind of energy that this place runs on. More than that, you looked out for each other. That matters more than any grade or credential you will carry out of here. The skills you developed, whether in agronomy, soil science, or supply chains, environmental policy or animal health, food systems or rural communities, those skills and your experiences are exactly what this moment in history needs. The world doesn't need people who wait with certainty. It needs people who act with conviction, who collaborate across differences, and who lead with both their head and their values. That's you. For 152 years, OAC has helped shape agriculture, food, communities, and the environment. and that legacy continues today. We are ranked first in Canada in agriculture and forestry and 14th in the world. That's an accomplishment I'm incredibly proud of. Every generation, yeah, let's be proud of that. Every generation of student that has left OAC left it stronger than they found it. Your class is no different. You carry this place with you now. Its history, its grit, and its mission. You're part of OAC and the University of Guelph. As you leave here, know that you are prepared. Know that you can drive innovation, tackle the greatest challenges of our time, and make a difference in the world. You are ready to build, to dream, and to lead. You are ready to think boldly, to challenge the status quo, and to make a lasting impact. It's your chance to create a legacy. Congratulations, graduates. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I want to say we are all so very proud of you. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Agricultural College that they may be presented with their various and several degrees.
Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours Program, Emily Elizabeth Hickey. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Bioresource Management, Monica Brooke Collins. Leah Vanderbyle with distinction. Adriana Vieira Abrantes. Camila Warazilo. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Commerce, Alec Caesar with distinction. Taylor Foster. Brian Jeffrey James Harrison. Max Vandenbora. Graduating from the Ontario Agricultural College with the inaugural degrees in Bachelor of Indigenous Environmental Science and Practice, Ava Carolyn Augustine with distinction. Mara LaForge with distinction. Sandrika Tanaya Rowe with distinction. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Science Honours Program, Maisha Abdul Hamid. Colleen Adlam. Caitlin Armstrong. Nicholas Andrew Babby. Alexandra Brandt with distinction. Selena Kaleka with distinction. Gursimran Singh Chadha with distinction. Ava Yen Lee Chow. Alibel Yu Shan Cho with distinction. Karen Chung with distinction. Danielle Chicello with distinction. Joelle Connolly. Ian Craig. Cassandra Grace DeLue. Georgia Elliott with distinction. Christina Pearl Fernando with distinction. Clarice Sohe Gao. Erica Goby. Bethany Faith Harry Prasad with distinction. Andrew Hare. Victoria Hunter with distinction. Ethan Jaketic. Anjali Joshi with distinction. Shakira Christina Khan. Sarah Elizabeth Kung with distinction. Bethany Lamb with distinction. Alexandra Leadus with distinction. Su Yo Liu with distinction. Fernanda Machado with distinction. Sophia McDonald. Laurel McKenzie with distinction. Angeline Medeiros. Kavita Narain. Rishlin Okupe Nazareno with distinction. Theodora Georgiana Notopol. Sierra Nottingham with distinction. Emily Louise Pauselli with distinction. Maria Pott with distinction. Julia Prosperi with distinction. Anita Kwan with distinction. Zaria Roach. Alicia Robbins with distinction. Owen Robinson. Maya Rocca with distinction. Fiona Rohde with distinction. Olivia Shepis. Carlisa Smith with distinction. Charlie Stanley Penlerick. Alicia Steinkraus with distinction. Amelia Stevens with distinction. Megan Taher with distinction. Brooke Thomas. Akila Aliyah Surajpal Tombi. Tran Din Nan with distinction. Tora Ann Lee Trelevin. Queenly Yu Lam Cho with distinction. Kajisha Vijayakumar. Graydon Ross Williams with distinction. James Yao. Justin Wei Chang Ye. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. Avery Klazina Baker with distinction. Grant Douglas Barkey. Sarah Anjum Firdas Bimani with distinction. Allison Boucher with distinction. Rudy Peter Boxer. Samantha Chow with distinction. Raylene Gina Marie Collodi with distinction. Jackson Corner. Graham Svitkovich. Luke Demchishin. Matthew Donovan with distinction. Ian Egger. Benjamin Fluddert with distinction. Bronwyn Garnis. Maya Grizub. Nevin Guevara with distinction. Emily Lennox with distinction. Roy Yi Lee. Kaylee Lynch. Anushka Mandrecker with distinction. Damian Martin with distinction. Andrew Clayton Matthews with distinction. Spencer McKay. Ikram Mohammed. Nitharsana Nithirasa. Colby Older. Corey Peach. Leah Francine Portinga. Annapurna Rani. Lauren Rosa with distinction. Aiden Patrick Cook Ryan with distinction. Victoria Alexandra Saleka with distinction. Valerie Secord. Brianne Victoria Smith. Maya Susie Tashiro with distinction. Alyssa Wand. Xavier Wilson. Alana Walters. Graduating with the degree Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences, Tess Bradbury Kidd, with distinction. Julia Marie Galveo. Kevin Cornelius Rugrock, with distinction. At the beginning of the ceremony, we showed you a video. In that video, the voice, which was me, told you, guaranteed you, that there would be a moment in the ceremony for truly thunderous applause. This is that moment.
Madam Chancellor, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program, but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduates not present.
Well, that was thunderous applause. Thank you for that. Hello, everyone. My name is René Van Acker, and I have the privilege to serve as a President and Vice Chancellor here at the University of Guelph. It's an honor to be here today to celebrate our class of 2026, and with all of you, thank you for coming. As we near the close of today's celebration, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the journey that our graduates have been on, and to say thank you. Your time here has been marked by growth, challenge, discovery, and for sure, many unforgettable moments. You showed up for each other, offering notes maybe from a missed class or sharing study space, bonded by the need for caffeine, looming deadlines. Maybe you became regulars on the bus, early mornings half asleep or late nights half frozen, especially with this year's very long winter. Maybe some of you pulled your first all-nighter in the McLaughlin Library, and then were shocked the first time you heard that library closing alarm blaring. I'm sure you all made friends who now feel like family to you. Maybe you danced during OAC or painted the cannon, maybe became a regular at the bull ring. While I could keep listing moments that made up your time here, there's something more powerful than words, and we'd like to show you.
Your time here wasn't just about the work, but we know there was lots of that. Lectures, labs, papers, and study groups. And it wasn't all about the fun. But we know there was lots of that. It could have been more about the people. The roommates, the friends, the professors, and classmates. But what we know for sure is, your time here was about you. Do you remember who you were that first day? You were definitely younger, maybe a little nervous and excited. You were trying to figure out where your next class was, what the next week would look like. And slowly, you conquered course after course, completed each semester, each year. It wasn't easy. For many of you, it wasn't even linear. But you're here. So how did you change? Along the way, you made friends.
We're going to the Frosty mug.
You might have even fallen in love. You learned how to take care of yourself. whether it was making a meal or managing your bills. You certainly learned how to manage your time. Some of you came here with an idea of who you wanted to be, while others, it was a process of self-discovery. Today, at the end of it all, we know you chose to spend your time here at the University of Guelph, and we chose you. You became part of our campus and community through learning and connecting, by cheering and working, and today, by graduating. How you choose to spend your time now is full of possibilities. You came to the University of Guelph to get future ready, and as a graduate, as alumni, this place will always be here to remind you of who you were and who you are today.
We hope that what you just saw captures the heart of your time here at the University of Guelph. Not just the big milestones, but the everydays that became extraordinary days because of who you spent them with. And here's what we hope you carry with you. You chose the University of Guelph, and we chose you. You didn't just learn here, you lived here, you built community, you brought this campus to life. Thank you. And no matter where your path leads from here, the University of Guelph is part of your story now, and you will always be a part of ours. As you embark on the next chapter in your journey, remember that the world needs you, your talent, your energy, your compassion, and you have the power to shape the future and contribute to a better, more just, and sustainable world. Go forth with confidence as new Guelph graduates and know that the University of Guelph will always be your home. We're incredibly proud of you, and we're eager to see the remarkable things that you will achieve in the years to come. Congratulations to you, our University of Guelph graduates, class of 2026. We can't wait to see what you will do next. Thank you.
So just a quick announcement on how the final stages of convocation will go here. In a moment, I'm going to invite our bagpiper front and center. Once you hear that bagpipe music, I'm going to ask you to please stand as you're able, and he will escort our platform party out of the convocation hall. Now, traditionally, our graduates would leave to the bagpipe music right after that, but we're going to hold you back, and you're going to leave to something a little different. We call that a tease. I'll explain that after the platform party is gone. After that, parents and friends and family, your instinct will be to get up and leave right away. I would ask you please not to do that for two reasons. One, we need to give the graduates an unobstructed route over to the reception. You'll be taking the same hallways, so we want to just give them a couple minutes to get there first. And two, because I can almost guarantee you will end up behind a locked door somewhere if you don't let me tell you the proper route to get there, okay? So stick around with me for about 2 minutes afterwards, and I will make sure you get where you are going. So with that, we'll invite our bagpiper front and center, and we do have a tradition here at the University of Guelph that the final word on convocation shall always come from our Chancellor.
This convocation ceremony is concluded.
Convocation is concluded. Please stand as you're able. Follow this way to avoid this step, okay? You don't have to go around the box, but just... almost gone. Never works. I missed like 70 in a row. Okay, so like I said, normally you would leave to the bagpipe music as well, but we just